Hello everyone, this is Chris from Lord Raven's World. I'm going to do a little bit more of a detailed video, a little bit longer of that He-Man, more recent He-Man sword that screws together from Titan 3D. I posted earlier short, and I will upload this in a few days to give the other one time to people to see, but this will be a little bit more detailed, and I'm doing the best I can. Last week I had shoulder surgery, so things are a little slower. Anyways, here are the 3 screw pieces. I would recommend if you could do a higher infill on these. It's always a good idea. There are 3 different sizes. That's the only problem. If they would have been all the same size, because obviously you can't, because the blade gets smaller and thinner as you go. But if there could have been like a half medium, you could put a long dowel rod, wooden or metal, straight through. But these are thick enough so that the blade hasn't been too bad. Here is the handle, the hilt, and the thing that's screwed in the bottom. So this is so you can see. Goes on really good, so onto the cross guard, which is this. I have a little trimming to do, sanding, just because this is the only part that requires support, at least what my slicer says. I gotta see if I can do it without having so much support on there, so we'll see what happens. But you see it says Titan 3D on there. They put it on there. This He-Man sword I wanted to mention is the replica of the new 2026 He-Man sword, He-Man movie that's coming out June 5th. So but it's still pretty good. And then you see here, it goes right in here. Takes a minute to catch. You kind of gotta find it in the right groove there, and there we go. So so far so good, right? Then you take first one, and it's the same thing with the other part. You have to catch in the right groove, and then it just goes right on. Like I said, with it being hollow, you might be able to put different size dowel rods in, like a bigger one for here, and then the smaller one for the other one, and so on. He has them labeled. I don't know if you can see, but because I used the wrong, I used white filament. Sorry, my shoulder's hurting. The C there, right? And then here there's a B. So this is self-explanatory anyway, but I guess you just put it there just in case. It's not catching on right. It's still not catching on right. So kind of got to fiddle with it. Here we go. Screw it right in there. And see, you really can't see a line too bad. You still got to use filler and sanding and stuff, but no glue if you don't want to. But they do say that for added durability, you can use glue if you want. So once again, pretty stable. Okay, on to the next one. course, again, B. So. Here's the next one. And of course the smallest one. I did it at 15 or 20, I think it's 15% infill. For these pieces I would probably do higher, or I should have done higher, but it still worked out. And then on to the last piece here, A. Excuse me. And here we are. And no sagging. It's completely level and really good. With Titan 3D, I did find out that I can't sell the file, but if I'm requested to make these, I can make them and sell them to people. So if you want, any commission work, or I could use some commission work, just hit me up. You could even email me at C as in Charlie, F as in Frank 4610 @gmail.com and put in your request of if you want one, how much, if you want it painted, sanded, and all that stuff. We could work it out. Like I said, I painted the handle. This is how it's supposed to look like in the movie, from what I see. And he has other things too, like a Millennium Falcon, which I'm going to do next. All screws together. It's amazing what work he does. I will put the information in this video. The link to this sword is in the short that I uploaded. I also did want to mention that I hope everybody will subscribe. I had reached 500, but I seem to have lost one, so I'm back to 499. So I'd like to get back to 500 and then push on to the next 500 so I can reach 1,000 and then so on. And as cheesy as it sounds, I can't do it without you guys and your support. So, with my shoulder surgery being a week in, I'm still doing my best. I can still do things. I just have to do it with one arm and a little slower. But I didn't want to stop putting out things for you guys. So, like I said, I'll give it a couple days and then I'll upload this, and we'll see what happens. So, I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to use a filler and repaint it and see how it comes out, and that'll be another video. So anyway, everybody take care, enjoy the weather, and have a great upcoming weekend.